to this 2026 May 7th meeting of the Selma Town Council. This is meeting one for May here in the Jernigan Building as we come across 6 p.m. Very much enjoying the wonderful baby noises on the side. Keep those going. No, you keep those going. Let's rock and roll. And we are quite frankly in what feels like the safest place on the planet right now. Welcome. So, calling this thing to order. Of course, we always have a couple of special guests to start off the meeting in a proper fashion here in the town of Selma. We always like to start with an invocation for our meetings, and we have been blessed to have Dr. Oliver Johnson join us again here in the Jernigan Building for an invitation, sir. Oh, cool. Yes, sir. Dr. Oliver Johnson of Faith Missionary Baptist Church. Dr. Oliver C. Johnson Jr. is the pastor and founder of Faith Missionary Baptist Church here in Selma, North Carolina, right here on 301. Faith and education guide his ministry and leadership. He serves on the Johnson Community College Board of Trustees and Foundation, and he is active in several community and historical organizations. He's a longtime member of Omega Psi Phi fraternity, Beta Phi chapter. Dr. Johnson holds a PhD in adult and higher education from UNC Chapel, master's degrees from NC Central University and Evangel Christian University, and a bachelor's degree in instructional theology. He is a proud father, grandfather, and great-grandfather. He enjoys reading, caring for houseplants, and daily walks. The man stays active as a great. Anything else you'd like to say?
No, that's good enough.
Well, if everybody would please stand.
Thank you, Mayor. Will you all join me as we go to the throne of grace? Eternal and most loving God, we pause at the beginning of this meeting to acknowledge your presence and to seek your wisdom. You're the one who cares for every neighbor in this community, young and old, joyful and vulnerable, powerful and overlooked. Grant these leaders clarity of mind and compassion of heart. Let every decision made tonight serve the cause of justice, healing, and peace. Remind us that policy is not abstract. It touches light bills, rent checks, school desks, and hospital beds. We pray especially for those who live at the margins, the homeless, the hungry, the poor, single parents, senior citizens, youth, and all who feel invisible. May their needs, their stories, and their wisdom be centered in our planning. Guide us away from fear and toward faith, away from ego and toward service, away from division and toward community. And for those who speak tonight, give courage and calm. For those who listen, give patience and understanding. Let this be more than a meeting. Let it be an act of stewardship for the common good. And as people of many backgrounds and beliefs, we join in a shared hope for transformation, grace, and joy in this city. I offer this prayer in the name of Jesus, our Lord and our Savior. Amen.
Amen. Dr. Johnson, thank you so much. Appreciate service all over this community and throughout.
It's my honor.
We have another special guest with us here today. Zachariah Rogers. Do folks normally call you Zachariah, or do you just roll with Zach? Yeah, that's okay. Come on up. Come on up, Zach. Zach is a Selma Elementary School student in third grade. He is an outstanding student who has made tremendous growth over the years and continues to challenge himself each and every day. Zach is always willing to help his classmates and serves as a great support to his teacher. He is eager to learn new things, and his bright personality shines wherever he goes. Selma Elementary School is proud to call Zach Yellow Jacket. Hey, you want to say anything to the crowd?
Yes. As you can see, anyway, I'm very special for my little arm. And I'm here to do the Pledge of Allegiance. Amen.
Turn, we'll face the flag. We're going to follow your lead, okay? You start, good to go.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic which stands one nation, indivisible, with justice for all.
All right, that brings us into approval of the agenda. I know we've got a few adjustments to make to start off. I'll go through that list and then we'll see if we've got anything else after that. So, discussions and presentations. We've got a very special presentation to swear in a police chief that we're going to put in at A. I will slide the activate Selma presentation into B with discussion presentations. We're going to take off the farmhouse treasurer's presentation. I'll actually have some comments on that as part of the mayor's report. We then will also make sure that we mention or circle back to the Hidden Temple Toys request in my mayor's report as well. Anything I'm missing otherwise? Council, do we have any additions or subtractions we want to make to the agenda?
I'd like to remove B, C, and D out of the consent.
We anticipate not being in agreement with them.
Could be, yes.
Okay. Well, what we'll do is we will, of course, those are covered in items A, B, and C. So we will get through those items and then we will make sure it's clear. If you do feel that you are going to vote to not approve or accept any of those items, we will then take them off consent. So that the consent agenda, that's how that works. We'll actually discuss them before we actually get to putting them on consent. That is, again, if you feel that you're not going to approve, adopt, accept something in those items. Anything else otherwise?
Mayor, just for the record, I would like to note that that would make item 6D the amended resolution regarding the fire truck finance terms.
Item 6D. So we will, let's actually add 6D to the amended resolution so that we can, we'll keep it on consent, but let's just make sure we have a clear discussion about what the amended resolution is. So we do have a 6D, A, B, C, D, and business items. Any others, additions, subtractions, adjustments that need to be made to the agenda? That, do I have a motion to approve the agenda with those, I believe, 4 amendments?
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion otherwise? All those in favor?
Aye.
We've got ourselves an agenda. And with that, brings us to a very special occasion. Does not happen too often in a community. But we've got Officer Justin Voss in the building. If you would, come on up to the podium. We will be swearing in Mr. Justin R. Voss as our Town of Selma Police Chief. So, while we have him here on the hot seat, do we have anything that we'd like to say to Mr. Voss, council? Any comments, any questions? Anything you want to grill him about before we swear him in?
Thank you for your service you already given us.
Looks like they're gonna take it easy on you, bud. So what we'll do is if you'd like to invite a few folks up to get you sworn in, we're gonna need somebody to hold the Bible, maybe some support. Oh, no, just leave it right there. I'll come up and I'll be up there. We'll organize when I get there. I'm not gonna let you off so easy. We have a community that is behind you. I can tell you in every conversation I've ever had about our police department, I do not hear our citizens poo-pooing a police department. In fact, this council's made it clear, and I think our citizens have made it clear that safety is number one. And if you need something, let us know what you need. You can hold on to that. There you go, you got it. Oath of office. So you can actually repeat after me, like, or I can read it out so you don't repeat it. So, of course, in here it's going to say I. Solemnly swear. That I will support. The Constitution of the United States. So help me God. I, Justin Voss, do further swear. That I will be faithful. And bear true allegiance. To the state of North Carolina. And to the constitutional powers and authorities. May be established. For the government thereof. And that I will endeavor to support. Maintain and defend. The Constitution of said state. Not inconsistent. With the Constitution. Of the United States. To the best of my knowledge. And ability. So help me God. I, Justin Voss, do further swear. That without prejudice. I will honestly perform. The duties of Police Chief of Selma. North Carolina. According to the best of my skill. And ability. According to law. So help me God. Sworn to and subscribed before me. On this Sunday, 2026. Congratulations, Chief Justin. Now, cool story as I'm headed back to my seat here. I got the opportunity to ride around quite a bit with the police department 5 years ago, 6 years ago. And the first time I met Justin Voss, we were both much younger, probably looked a little bit better. And one of my questions was, what's your goal with our police department? And this cat said without hesitation, one day I want to be chief of police. And from there, every action that I have ever seen you take, let me know that you were serious in that response.
Yes, sir.
We appreciate you being willing to step up to the plate in this community. We know that we have the challenge of growth and the challenge of culture change here in this community. We do believe you're the man for the job.
I appreciate it. I've prepared something if you would oblige me to read it, and I would like that if you're okay with that.
Thrilled.
All right. So, Mr. Mayor, Town Council members, Mr. Manager, all the families and friends and members of the community, thank you. I want to begin by saying how truly honored and humbled I am to stand before you today as Chief of Police of Town of Selma. To the Mayor, Town Council, and our Town Manager, thank you for the trust, confidence, and faith you have placed in me. I do not take this responsibility lightly. This appointment is more than a position or a title. It is a commitment to serve, to lead with integrity, and to protect the people of this town with professionalism and compassion. I can tell you this without absolute certainty. I will not let you down. Failure is not an option. For day one, my focus has been clear. We are not here to dwell on the past. We are here to build a future, a stronger, smarter, more modern police department that reflects the needs of today and prepares the challenges of tomorrow. Right now, we are actively working on improving our operations, modernizing our practices, and strengthening our officers' professionalism and ensuring accountability at every level. That means better training, better communication, better equipment, and a continued commitment to transparency and service. It means supporting our officers so they can perform at their very best while holding ourselves to the highest standards. We are keeping our foot on the gas, and we are not letting up. Progress does not come from standing still. It comes from effort, discipline, and shared vision. And that vision is simple: a police department that a community can trust, depend on, and be proud of. To the men and women of the Selma Police Department, this is our moment to shine. We will work hard, lead boldly, and move forward together. Every decision that we make will be guided by service, respect, and accountability. To the citizens of Selma, thank you for welcoming me. My door is always open. This department exists to serve you, and together we will continue moving forward. And again, Mayor, Council, and Manager, thank you for this opportunity, and I promise to give Selma my absolute best every single day. And God bless everybody that's here, and thank you for your time.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Gonna bring this over to the man with the plan, Mr. Sean Marshall. Fantastic, fantastic, fantastic. All right, and that brings us into Activate Selma presentation. Who we have that's taking that one away?
Good evening. Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Thank you, Town Council, Town Manager, and Collective. And
Mr. Hamilton, please take that to the clerk.
oh, can you hand those out for us? Yeah. So we. My name is Mike Gentis, Selma resident and part of Activate Selma. I get to serve this year on our board as the vice president. And so we're presenting a little report, community impact report from 2025 for you. I know we're, well into 2026, but we were encouraged by Mr. Bruce Nagelin, who serves with our state Department of Commerce. And he actually works with Main Street NC Main Street. And he was like, you guys are not telling town council what you guys are up to. And so why don't you build that bridge and put in the public record what Activate Selma is doing? And so people have heard of us, and would just like to really quickly kind of share a little report on 2025, kind of looking back on the things that we're doing for our great town. Our vision statement or explanation of who we are, we often say we don't complain, we take action. So, but as you think about Activate Selma, we're a grassroots group of residents, volunteers, business owners working together to make Selma, North Carolina a great place to live, work, and play. And so I have a couple of other activators who are part of our team. Mr. Jeff Hamilton, who's the chair of our Rockin' on Rayford team, are part of that, and also one of our founders. And then Awana Payne, who's another activator, business owner at Vibe Central right here. And we're just going to share a couple of things off this report for you. We wanted to present it to you in written form, but also give a little oral report. So thank you for your time.
Hello, everyone. I'm here to talk about the Activate Selma meetings, where we meet every Wednesday morning at 9 a.m. Last year, we met every week except New Year's and Christmas and one snow cancellation. We met at 42 different locations around Selma, including local businesses, community and civic organizations, churches and faith organizations, community venues, farms, and outdoor spaces. Our goal this year is to meet at a different location every year around the town, every week around the town.
Mayor, council, manager. Again, we do Rockin' on Rayford, and what we are here more to say than anything is thank you for supporting Rockin' on Rayford, because without your support and sponsorship with us, we couldn't make it happen. So we realized that y'all provide police, for fire department, and all of you help us make that happen. So last year we did 6 concerts. We skipped the year July. This year we added July back because Quantum Toad wanted to add a band at their expense, and we talked to town. You guys took it on and said, okay, we can do that. We always come to you guys for permission first, and again, I can't say thank you enough for supporting what we do. We have live music, food trucks, community gathering. We do have a market there that so we don't trample on the businesses that are in town, trying to bring different food trucks that don't bother the business that are here, because that's why we do it, is to bring downtown traffic here. We bring hundreds of people out to Rayford Street, and what our hope is that they come back and shop in town, and again, making Selma a better place to be. Thank you.
And, we're activating a lot of things. And so as we grow as an organization, we realized a year or so ago that we need to put some sort of application process into place for people that were ideating about those things. So on the back of your report, just a couple of things that we did in 2025. We had an activator that said we need to do a Three Kings Fiesta to engage with the Latino community here in our town, and we did that. It was an awesome event there on the 6th, right near the 6th of January, to celebrate that event. We did our first original music event. It was just kind of a smaller event in Art Out Loud Park, and so that was an awesome thing. We also did internally as an organization, we did a SWOT analysis, which is a strength, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats analysis. And one of the things that people on our team and in the community said was we need to do better at reaching out and setting a table for everybody. And so that led to a community potluck dinner that we had in a fall community day. And we look forward to having another one of those in just a few weeks. And so anyway, that was an awesome opportunity. We also, at Halloween, we have a flash mob. So some people come out and dance at that. We try and celebrate all the downtown activities that are going on. And so we jump in with that. Our team also loves to make sure that downtown looks great for Christmas. And so work with all the businesses and even the empty spaces to try and make all of the windows and everything look great in downtown. We also, in 2025, did a special event the Friday before Black Friday to try and get people to shop in our small towns first. And so we did an event called Festive Friday, kind of promoting opportunities for people to come down early. There were some specials by a lot of the businesses that supported that. And then we did a fun, crazy event the very next day called Disco Santa, where we are, our resident Santa Claus, Mr. Ron Hester, dressed up in a disco Santa suit, and you can kind of see a couple of pictures there. And anyway, it was a great family event. So those are just some of the things. We were counseled early in our history that you need to do a lot of little events to bring people, because not everybody's going to come to Rockin' on Rayford. Not everybody's going to come to Railroad Days. But if we can get hundreds of events happening in our community, that will get people falling in love with Selma like we do. And so that's why those events are happening. And we're looking forward to a lot of events this year too. Speaking of those events, last year we promoted nearly 300 events, which is, almost an event a day around our community on our website. And we're entirely volunteer led. So it's an awesome group to be a part of. And if you see our budget number there, it's less than 20K. So we're doing a lot with a little. And so we just wanted to encourage you with that report. We love our town. We're glad to, for your support. And if you do want to donate, there is an opportunity to donate because we're a 501c3 and we'd love to have your support in a financial way as well. So thank you. We're just trying to build a bridge, trying to say we appreciate you and we're thankful and we love our community and we're glad to serve you. Thanks.
Thank you for being here.
Yeah. Thank you. If anyone else wants to report, you running around, so thank you.
Very good. And actually, council, do we have any questions or comments for Activate Selma before they vacate the vote?
Yeah, I'd just like to say that I hope Jeff doesn't mind me giving out his phone number, because I have had several community leaders ask me, what is your council doing for all those Rockin' on Rayford things? I'm like, you can call Jeff Hamilton. So I have to give that hand to Activate Selma. You guys did a great job with that.
Thank you.
And to clarify, Rocking on Rayford is something that the town of Selma does count as one of our sponsorships for the year. We do provide police shutting down the street and the setup of the stage for the Rocking on Rayford. The businesses and Activate Selma get together to hire and pick the acts for Rocking on Rayford, bring out food trucks, really get the nuts and bolts.
And thanks for letting us have electricity too, because it would not go well without electricity.
Electricity and well, appreciate it. But Activate Selma does organize the actual event and where the rubber meets the road, what people see, food trucks, the festive things that go on during Rockin' on Rayford and beyond. So we appreciate it and we appreciate the partnership.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Thanks for your time.
Yes, yes, yes. That leads us into some business items. So we first have a customer service policy amendment for energy credit. Right.
I'll take that, Mayor. Shoot, I'm not gonna be here tonight. So, long short story, try to go through the history of this. Here, this thing been around for a while. This was supposed to go with her from years ago, somehow it did not get to you guys. So what the policy says now, is it's got some specific procedures, and I'm not HVAC guys, the seer of a unit, to get to this point, you can get this ready. But you got to do two other things, here comes the problem. There's load management pieces that you have to install, it's your own expense. That basically, I call load shedding, but if you ever heard of it, it cuts your hot water heater off at certain times, and it cuts your HVAC down at certain times. So those pieces are not provided by electric cities like they were 4 or 5 years ago. So we have the expense of buying those $300 pieces, put in your home for $400 credit. And with today's world with the energy efficiency that is mandated by the federal government in all of our HVAC units, it's really not worth it. And honestly, Georgia thought it was gone already, but it is still there in the policy. So decided to bring it to you, and ask to remove this, policy.
A little more transparency to that conversation. We had an individual maybe a month ago say, hey, I want to take advantage of this credit. And we're like, wait, what? And of course, the policy is still in force, so that individual will get to take advantage of that policy. But at the same time, I don't need to do it anymore.
Yeah, that's right. It's time to let this go.
Absolutely. Any questions, council?
And that kind of answered my question, but Philip, how often does it happen?
I don't know the last time it was requested.
So that was the first
This
one you had in a
gentleman-
while.
This gentleman that, he had already had loan management.
Mhm.
Because, I mean, he was in the electric business, he understood what he was talking about.
Right,
But it's the first time in a long time,
yeah.
but I just don't want that possibility, to be out there that we don't budget for that, and we had
Yeah.
years.
Yeah,
It used to be something, because I remember I got it one time, not with this, but it went along with the federal government's SEER units, like there used to be a federal tax credit. You put a
Right.
unit in, that was a great thing, I remember Donald talking about that for a fact, that the cost difference between the gigantic SEER that they're requiring now is not worth it.
yeah,
I think we're in the same place with load management. The cost of load management, load shedding is the purchase. It's not worth for the customer, worth it.
yeah, got it. I didn't, when I was looking, I wanted to make sure we weren't taking away something that was just like people replacing units from older homes
No,
and,
ma'am.
but yeah,
It's-
with the
it's-
switch, it makes a
big
difference. Yeah, okay, I'm good with it.
Anybody else? Well, do I have a motion to approve removing the energy credit rebate?
So moved.
Second.
Discussion. Those in favor?
Aye.
Good to go. All right. And that brings us down to capital project ordinance.
Yes, yes, sir. If you remember, just maybe, I don't remember which meeting it was, maybe 2 months ago, we brought you the, agreement between DOT and the town of Selma to move some of our utilities along 301, because of the 301 expansion project. Y'all approved that, and that's good to go. This is simply creating a capital project ordinance that we can operate, and this is gonna be over a fiscal year, that we can write checks out of and bill back from, DOT.
Any questions there? So this is already on consent, so if we don't think that we're gonna be disagreeable to creating a capital project ordinance, we can leave it on there and we can adopt it with the consent agenda. Everybody okay with that?
That's good.
I would like to ask that with the approval that we adjust the ordinance number just to properly reflect the date it was approved.
Okay, so when we get down to consent, we'll adjust that ordinance number to make sure it represents the date of today for approval. All right, then we've got budget amendment number 7. Anybody want to go over that real quick?
So I'm Katie Taylor, the finance director, and to go over budget amendment number 7, there's 2 parts to it, so I can just explain to you briefly each part. The water fund is just to, budget amendment is just to allocate money into that new fund that was set up, I think, at the previous meeting for the lead service line project. Because with that project, there's a closing fee that has to be paid, so that's just allocating money from the water fund into that new fund that we set up for that project. And then number 2, the Johnston County Visitors Bureau Fund. We've already adopted a amendment earlier at the beginning of the fiscal year in September to set up that fund and recognize $82,000 in revenue there. But there's already been more revenue recognized than that, and there's an additional reimbursement that we'll be filing to get reimbursed for more money to come back in. So it's just increasing those revenues and then redistributing the expenses to where all that expense was coded.
All good news.
Mhm.
Very good. With that, questions for the budget?
I have a question. Will all this news roll into our new budget we write in the process of processing?
The new budget for the upcoming year.
Yes.
Yeah, so what will happen is that Johnston County Visitors Bureau will be wrapped up before the end of this budget year. So that'll be kind of closed out. I mean, I think there's new stuff in the new budget coming for it, but the project that we have spent will be gone. And then the Johnston County, or the new fund for the lead service line project, you're just funding the closing cost on that. We'll be getting reimbursements for it, so that should pay out this year as well.
We're getting very close to the year what we, I guess, the inside term called rolling POs. So anything that is, like this budget amendment there, we create a purchase order. And if anything is not closed by June 30th, it does roll. And you'll get a budget amendment actually usually in July, maybe in August, to appropriate that money to fund those POs. So for an example, if, and I think we might be pretty tight, if we didn't finish the wayfinding project by July 1st, or June 30th, excuse me, we would roll that and it would roll into the next budget, which is what the majority of that tourism is.
So it doesn't affect the budget in works because it's already budgeted for this year.
Okay.
So it'll roll into next year.
Any other questions? We do have that listed on consent as well, so if we don't think anybody's gonna have a problem with that budget amendment, we can leave it on consent. Everybody all right with that? Okey-dokey. And then, I believe we had an item added as far as discussion is concerned about an amendment for fire truck financing resolution. Who wants to take that one?
Yes, sir. Resolution number 2026-0310B that had the incorrect bank listed on the very last page, just due to a template that's used for these items. So we're just bringing that back for transparency to ensure the bank have the proper records.
All right, anybody got a problem with that clerical adjustment? It's already on consent, so if we're not too worried about one way or another, we can roll on with it in consent as well. Okay with that? Does that cover our business items?
Sure.
All right, good stuff, and that does bring us to our consent agenda. So we did have B, C, and D of our business items in consent, and then we also have approval of minutes from 2026, April 9, town council meeting. Do I have a motion to approve the consent agenda?
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Got ourselves a consent agenda. That brings us into council members' report and recommendation. Councilman Overby.
I just repeat what I've been saying is I just thank the citizens for working with us and staying close with us, and we're available anytime you need a question or anything. Just step out and reach out to us, and we'd be glad to help you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Um, I'd just like to thank staff for all they do. I see them out and about, and I appreciate all their hard work for our town. And it's good to see everybody, and I hope everyone has a good weekend.
Councilman Watts.
I'm just gonna speak for a minute, about, my chair position on the DSS and, an event we have coming up in our county. It's the first time we've ever had a mental health symposium in our county. and that's gonna take place on May 12th at JCC, and I'm gonna attend. Something we haven't discussed a lot about things going on in our county with mental health. But May is Mental Health Awareness Month, and the international symbol for mental health awareness is a green ribbon. So you may see people out and about this week with those on from the DSS. Mental health includes emotional, psychological, and social well-being. It's a state of one's mental well-being. It encompasses addiction, personality disorders, psychotic disorders, mood disorders, and so on. Awareness focuses on educating the public about mental health and how it impacts lives, about availability of services and ways to advocate for those who are suffering. I hope you'll join me in making a personal commitment to educating yourself about mental health. And I plan to pick a topic to explore. And I plan to attend the symposium and to speak to our local and state officials about the need for mental health facilities in our county. In earlier years, North Carolina had several. We had Dorothea Dix, we had the Broughton Center and Cherry Hospital, and so on. There's a lot of information out there about the history of those facilities. If you haven't ever read it, I would encourage you to do so. I never realized that many of them in the early years date back to the 1800s, and they were actually segregated facilities. That was fascinating to me. I had no idea. Today, many of our mental health patients wind up in our local hospitals because there's no place for them to be treated. That's a big issue for us at DSS. Now our county is discussing a dedicated facility for mental health. And in talking with Commissioner Harris, he serves alongside me on the DSS board. And it is now, I think, been announced, and safe for me to say it here, that we will be pursuing a facility in Johnston County. It'll probably start out in one of the buildings behind the hospital, and also a virtual portal for people to obtain health and consulting services, that kind of thing. But eventually we'll have a behavioral health urgent care facility, and it's called a BHUC. And that'll be the brick and mortar building, and may move into what is now our DSS building currently, and hopefully eventually out to the campus across from the new sheriff's office. So just wanted to make you aware of that, and I'll probably talk more about it when I see you again on Tuesday. Thank you.
You said May 12th?
Mm-hmm.
May 12th is the Mental Health Symposium at JCC.
Mm-hmm.
May 12th.
And you can go online and register if you'd like to attend. They're actually having a speaker there I've seen before, and he's a Pemberton fella that started out in foster care and has grown his career in talking about the foster system and how, you know, children progress through it and their problems as they're coming along. It's a really neat presentation. Yeah. Steve Pemberton is his name.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you,
I just like to say thanks everybody for coming out. And like I said, the town, we always putting on different activities, like, you know, we do the Founders Day, we do like Senior Citizen Day. And it's amazing with all the work that the staff have to do to put these functions on. Sometimes it's hard to see the attendant that come out to these things. But it won't stop us from putting it on, because if we don't put it on, they'll say we're not doing anything for them. But we do appreciate those that really show up. And another thing is that we try to make sure that we try to accommodate all facets of life in the town of Selma. And we only do this thing because if you're a taxpaying person in the town of Selma, you deserve to be treated like you're a taxpayer person. You know, so we just try to make sure that we're always out front, being transparent, letting you know that everything we do in this town, it's not about the five of us up here, it's about Selma. It's always about Selma. It's not what I want to do. Is if it benefit the town of Selma, that's just it. It's all about Selma, okay? Thank you.
Start off, we saw there was a little more work on Pecan Drive recently, as far as the road being corrected after some paving wasn't done up to snuff as far as our town of Selma standards. So staff, I want to thank you for working hard to get the paving company to come back out and make sure that we had a road paved proper on Pecan Drive. So I know we've had a lot of questions about what was going on the second go around. That was some deep grading work that needed to be corrected and the road repaved. So a few months, but we make sure that we circle back and we make sure we get it right. So we appreciate the hard work. A couple of things I want to circle back to from our recent meetings. There's a request from Farmhouse Vintage Treasures former proprietor, Mr. Dan Stahl, to do a jazz concert festival here in Selma, I believe in mid-October. I do believe that council tacitly is not particularly excited about that idea. And I know staff was even less excited about that idea because of the proximity to railroad days. And the fact that the staff will certainly be swamped with a solid few days of railroad days. And the request was to, of course, have staff then help support a jazz festival with stage work, police, barricades, the like. We do believe there's just too much on staff through the month of October. But with that being said, the conversation I had with Mr. Stahl recently was that if they did want to do some type of jazz festival in town with much less or minimal to no staff support, certainly something we're all for, particularly to even help locate space, things like that. Shoot, maybe get something going over there at Minster Station. But the conversation about having staff set up a stage, put out barricades, all that good stuff, so close after railroad days, and with a Christmas parade coming up around the corner, felt was a little too much at that point in time. A different date, we can certainly discuss going into next year, and we probably will go ahead and start some of those discussions to see if we can find a little balance to make something cool like that happen in Selma, North Carolina. Hidden Temple Toys also made a request about using the Civic Center for, I guess what would amount to more of a card activity, card swap, similar to their toy swap that's coming up here in June, I believe. Yeah. So that request, I do believe that individual conversations, it seems we're a little more amenable to that. So with that, do we have a motion to approve sponsorship of Hidden Temple for Hidden Temple Toys card event in October, provided that, of course, with the agreement, there's minimal staff involvement, and it really is just them using the Civic Center without charge, and of course, noting the sponsorship of the town of Selma to support such a motion to that effect.
So move.
Second.
Any discussion otherwise? Those in favor? Card event. I have been shocked to walk past Hidden Temple Toys on a Sunday and see how many people are piled around those tables working on them cards. It's amazing to see. I did not know that such a population exists, but they are piling into Selma, North Carolina, and that bodes well for not only our downtown, but our entire community. Oh, let's see, what else do we have on the list? Of course, we do have a few advisory board vacancies, particularly when it comes to ETJ members. So anybody living in our ETJ, we need to get some input from those on our zoning jurisdiction and our outskirts of our annexed town limits. Of course, we're still looking for some nominations for beautification awards around Selma, residential nomination and business nomination for beautiful properties here in Selma, North Carolina. And I got to make sure I get all the information correct on this one, because this one is a whopper. There's this dude sitting in this room right now that has been taking care of us for, is it a couple of years? Keeping record of all of our council mess and beyond. And we very much appreciate it. He has recently achieved a certification designation that has to be talked about. Let's see, where is it? Because I got to get all this wording correct. Dalton Morrison has earned the designation of Certified Municipal Clerk, which is awarded by the International Institute of Municipal Clerks Incorporated. International Institute of Municipal Clerks Incorporated. Certified Municipal Clerk. Dalton Morrison. Let's give him a hand. Now, I do know that that is not a designation that is taken lightly, and that puts him in a club of folks that are going to be paying attention to his work here in the town of Selma and making sure he's actually crossing those T's and dotting those I's. That's an international club. And it's not that many people who can really hold a candle to it. Thank you for the hard work. Thank you for taking care of us here in the town of Selma. Rock and roll. With that, do we have anything else that we need to cover? Everybody good? May 12th for that mental health symposium at JCC, as Councilwoman Watson noted. You can register online to be part of that. Very cool, because that is certainly needed. Mental health care is needed throughout Johnson County, so that our police and our teachers don't have to be those mental health care folks. It's becoming these days. With that, no closed session? So a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Uh,
Thank you all for being here. Everybody have a great